Alright, I'm recording the bastard now.
Okay, okay. That'll be fine.
Alright, episode 1. Fractions!
I like your clapperboard.
You have a clapperboard in your room. You
Go
can't
for the clapperboard. No one needs a clapperboard.
Okay.
What do you think this is?
professionally
Extreme tendencies.
Yeah, okay.
And so it begins.
Yeah, okay. Well, I don't know how this works. I don't know what you've been...
What you think? Well, you know.
Well,
This is
what have you
episode
been
1 for
cooking up? You know, I'm your guest. You've got to make me feel at home. You know,
Well, take off your pants then.
Good.
Normally it's shirts, come on, be fair.
No.
No, I was making Simon feel at home. Not us feel at home.
My
True, okay.
bottom half is probably in better condition than my top half, I think. Yeah, I'm only wearing my silly green
Okay.
trousers.
Well, I'm hoping not to find that out immediately.
Yeah.
Again.
Maybe later. Maybe.
I don't really know where to look. I'm not
Just
very
to clarify, we are all straight. Oh, I'm not. Are we?
Me think
What's the you?
you think my lady doth protest too much.
Well. No comment.
So welcome to EGT. EGT standing for, unfortunately, extreme gay tendencies.
I'm only here for this one. I'm not getting involved with this. This is ridiculous. But
How did you manage to get involved with this one in particular?
I arrived.
Did I not tell you that we were going to do this before you turned up?
No, you mentioned it at some point, and I thought you might forget about it. But
I never did.
No, we got lots of good things to look forward to. We've already sampled some of the things that we're doing later on in the
Jesus
episode.
Christ.
That doesn't sound dirty at all.
No, but I reckon, after a few more of these, it will seem like a
Somehow-
good idea.
somehow
I'm
I
sure it will gradually progress into, oh, this is a good idea.
This is good, isn't it? This is the height of society. You've got three white middle class chaps sitting here drinking.
We're drinking different drinks as well. How pretentious is that?
Good.
Well, yeah.
Anyway,
I don't drink any old shit.
product placement.
Well, it was done with me. Damn it.
I think we should probably have some kind of theme tune for this segment. Pathetic life, pathetic life. There you go. Go on.
I don't like your theme tune.
Well, you make a better one.
No. In post. We'll edit in post.
No, that's it now. I've come up with that. Pathetic life, pathetic life.
You have to sing it each time though.
Yeah,
That
right.
sounds like a lot of effort.
I've forgotten it already.
It's fine, we have to rewatch this episode before we make each individual episode.
We have to watch all previous episodes.
Yeah, that's
it
what I
takes exponentially longer for us to make each preceding episode.
That's why this episode's going to be 14 seconds long, so it's fine.
We're already failing because it's already
I
midnight.
think
or
we've got a
something.
good, 3 seconds of good material.
That's probably a little optimistic in my opinion, but okay. So, I'm Will.
Delay.
I am in my 5th year of a 3-year course doing chemistry at the University of Surrey. And I like music and blowing things up. I'll do for now.
That was sweet. That was really sweet. I like that.
I like
really,
that.
Very cute intro.
And tequila, I should probably add that in, because that'll probably come up later, I feel.
I see, because I don't really
We don't want to give away too
much.
much on the first date.
No,
So-
exactly not. No.
Well, my name's Charles, and I'm doing a PhD at the University of Surrey, hence why I have the unfortunate coincidence of having to live with this guy. I'm doing electronic engineering, and I don't like blowing things up, which does cause some conflict. But I do like making videos, even though this wasn't my idea.
And this is our guest.
Hi everyone, I'm Simon. I'm also in my 5th year of a 3-year course, but I've got one up in Will because I also started doing the wrong degree, started doing aerospace engineering, but I discovered that I didn't really know how things worked, so I switched over to maths. I'm indifferent towards blowing things up, I mean it sort of depends how the mood takes me. I like drinking beer, making risotto, sitting on the internet in my pants, and
There's an internet in your pants?
yeah.
There's a whole new world. in
No,
someone's
yeah,
hands.
you should have a go.
What's
someday.
the ping like on that?
About 2.5 minutes. And sorry, I'm sorry.
That's not on!
My digestion is.
Oh, Jesus!
I'm really sorry about that.
I'm used to Charles, this is the whole new frontier.
Sorry.
Might be the final frontier.
Yes. This is what happens when I cook for myself. My digestion goes really bad.
Tesco value
Yeah.
horse meat. I'll do it.
Everything.
Yeah, and I like psychology in women. Those are my hobbies, I suppose.
Psychology.
Not in a misogynistic way.
Okay. Not
No,
psychologizing women.
No.
It's a word. Look at me condescendingly.
Yeah, it's a neologism, isn't it?
You can make it work with that.
Well,
Well, in my pathetic life this week, I got a sofa, which we're sat
I have
on.
been enjoying your sofa.
Yeah?
I've been, I
Is that
still
euphemism?
haven't.
I haven't told you the story of the sofa, have I? So
Obviously.
it's well, no, I'll tell you the short version. So we turned up to the guy's house to
Or
pick
the
up the
sofa
sofa
at the end.
because it was well, yeah, basically it was on Gumtree.
Sounds reasonable.
So for the healthy price of £30,
Mm.
I acquired this sofa,
Not me.
and
It's not actually as fluffy
however,
as it looks.
are you talking about me or the sofa?
Both.
So we turned up at this guy's house and we got this sofa down the stairs and then realised my dad owns a Toyota Yaris. And the two don't really, I mean, unless you're, you know, like...
I mean, you could put it on the roof, but it would just bottom out the suspension and it probably wouldn't get...
Well, this is what we ended up
Yeah.
doing. We put it on the roof. And the funny thing is, driving through Surrey, the most
Surrey's
middle class
roads.
place I could think of, with a sofa on your roof, you do like turn the heads of everyone, including local wildlife. So I remember us driving past a particular field, and the cow chewing away on its business. There's a fucking sofa driving down the road there. So yeah,
It's like, oi, Muesli, have you seen sofa on the... It's called Muesli. Sofa, the Yaris.
That's the level of the puns that we're going to go with, is it? I approve. I approve.
Muesli. Yeah, so that's what I call a horse.
yes.
And since then, it's been covered in kittens. So it's had baptism by fire, I feel.
Yeah, lots of pussy. The sofa's seen a lot of pussy.
Considerably more than the three men currently sat on it.
Yeah, I agree. Pussy.
I need to be more drunk for this.
Yeah, I need to do. I need the Wii. Is this going to be like a...
Well, I tell you what. In that case, why don't we, before we move on to our next part, which is going to be news?
Hey, I'm the
Not-
only one that
not-
talks about my pathetic lives.
Yeah,
I talked about my life. I said I'm fucking up uni. I haven't had sex in 3 years. No, wait, don't put that in.
You heard it here first. Actually, you probably didn't.
No. Yeah. But I mean, that could get pretty blue, I think. So.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to...
Blue as you
Your
like.
penis is blue? Or...
balls. Yeah.
Blue balls.
It's like
Blue balls.
Smurf level.
That's what we're going with, yeah.
If you have
Okay.
Smurf balls, I feel bad.
Well, that's our pathetic lives, so let's make a cocktail, shall we?
Yeah, indeed.
That's the
It
next
gives
step.
Simon an excuse to go.
But
do it.
first, the
Yeah.
lavatory.
Yeah.
Sure.
We need to make room for the cocktail.
Terribly.
So,
I don't...
while our guest goes to the bathroom, let's talk about how this is going to work. So,
Time for a smash.
Don't just look at me when you expect me to understand what you're segueing into.
the cocktail.
The cocktail itself. Okay, fair enough. I think in the future we're going to take suggestions from you guys at home, along with questions which will come later, because this is ostensibly an advice podcast where we give probably terrible advice. But yeah, so along with your
You
questions,
can probably hear Simon urinating.
Totally colourless urine. It's like my kidneys have gone into hyperdrive.
Welcome back. Oh my god, that was my groin.
everything.
that was mine.
Soz, mate. Soz about that.
So yeah, let's make a cocktail. But for the
Good, I'm about time for a cocktail.
Let's do it.
So I think just picking one out of a hat. Let's have
He's got a cocktail.
Moscow Mule. Bugger it.
That's literally not on that list.
And a
So that wasn't pre-planned in any way. Segue.
And then we have cocktails.
Oh, so now you've come up with a theme tune for a segment as well. No,
So that happens when I have a couple of beers.
You want a whole tone scale on a piano. On a piano, do that, but since I don't, you're fucked.
So what is this I'm drinking?
We said it before the break. Come on, remember?
Well, you just said Moscow Mule, which explains nothing.
Anyone know what's in it? Oh,
That's the name of it.
With no real care, it was assembled from the components tequila, which is always a good start. Limes, about 50 of them. Some sugar syrup, which in this case I used agave syrup because I had some left, and ginger beer.
It's quite a strong component.
I would tell you the ratios, but there weren't really any. I just threw some things in.
There
So,
were no ratios
cheers.
involved. Yes, cheers.
So they're quite heavy on
Two
the...
gay tendencies.
Heavy on the
Everything.
falling over water in this.
That'll do.
That is...
So I believe this leads us nicely on to our guest reading some 50 Shades.
For the folks at home, in order to, if you wish to take part in this yourself, this little exercise, go to Google, the best way to find it. And type in the words
That's on the
50.
internet.
It is indeed on the internet, as is this. 50 Shades Generator. So after you finish watching this, because obviously you don't want to go, you want to finish the episode because it's so thrilling. Yeah, Google 50 Shades Generator, which is what I believe Charles is doing right now.
Yeah, it's funny because you're giving the instructions, but I'm literally having to follow them myself, because I have no idea. Oh, it's actually 50shadesgenerator.com.
That also works, but I'd just Google it.
But it's 50 spelled, not not the numbers.
Yes, yeah.
So it
Not like
catches
some
people
kind
out.
of pleb. You've got to actually.
And basically, the short version of this is it's a random text generator, except the random text is, well, you're about to find out.
Hold on a minute, I'm just going.
Penis.
Steady on, steady on. Come on, real arms.
So,
Right, I'm just going to get good and tight and.
That wasn't the first line.
but it could have been.
Oh, this is funky stuff. This is all right. You guys ready? You're sitting comfortably.
Yeah. So you got to read this in the sexiest way you possibly can.
Okay.
Burping is a fantastic start.
I've got to get it right in my system, you know.
Do you have any breathing exercises you want to do before you begin?
My mouth was so full of skeleton king and baby gravy. The baby gravy was frothing down my chin and onto my cans. The pounding makes me This isn't even grammatically right. This is the verbs I could. The pounding makes me eject my clunge gunge all over his old beef thermometer. The unrelenting orgasms from his skeleton king thrusting my lady town made me come so hard I began sweating like a whore in church. He munched on my purple cabbage, even though I'd been up on bricks for the best part of a week. Like that is good. I'd been up. Okay.
This is the first time I think he's ever laughed doing one of these.
That is.
We've broken him. Yes.
After having my meat purse fucked, he then proceeded to thrust my Mavis fritter. This is just unreal. Let's do another one.
Let's do another
one. Okay.
So you get the full idea of what this is all about.
Okay.
Hours of hammering like this would leave any girl's spam castanets looking like a stamped bat. And I was no different. The unrelenting orgasms from his giggle stick thrusting my quivering mound of love pudding made me come so hard I began sweating like a dyslexic. Sweating like a dyslexic on countdown. I'm gonna wet myself. Okay. We're going to love pudding again. By now my quivering mound of love pudding was sliming like there was a midget inside me with a super soaker. Within no time I could feel the shitty ectoplasm salivating from my oxo-orifice. How does that work? Oxo-orifice.
And all when you're older.
Okay, fair enough, yes.
Later.
And all over my open-faced ham sandwich. With my bald man in a boat now like a bucket of smashed crabs, he thought it was time to start plunging my brown mile.
Oh.
Is now the time to tell him I really need to pitch a sewer trout? I wondered.
Thank you very much.
How about that?
Thank you, Simon.
That's
That
because
was-
I've never read the novel, so I don't know if it is actually as, you know...
Well, if it's 1% that good,
Right,
then you need to release an audiobook.
Yeah, I'll do the audiobook.
You need to release-
There's probably a few quid to be earned from that.
Well, at least from each of us.
Yeah, indeed. I would pay for that.
I would definitely. As long as it's on cassette, I don't want any of this modern technology
Yeah,
shit.
sure.
Would you go for the Ubuntu phone when that comes out?
I'd
Did you
go
see
for
that?
anything.
Just in general.
You're up for anything. You hit it first, yeah.
Anything that would make me less lonely.
It's got dark.
This has got taken a turn for the worse. So, kittens.
Can I go and pass water again? I'm really sorry.
Jesus Christ.
If I was to say no, it would end badly, so feel free.
Yeah.
Feel
The
free.
sofa's still quite new.
And down.
We've nearly weed that skid mark off, by the way.
Okay.
I reckon
This is in our topics update, is it?
2 or 3 more weeks.
Nearly pissed off the skip in the toilet.
Day 4. We've almost managed it.
It's day 4 at Will and Charles's house. The skid mark is still persisting on the toilet bowl. Looks like it's going to take a few more pisses to get.
So can you do 50 Shades in that accent?
50 Shades and a pretend Geordie accent. My God, that's going to cost you.
There's multiple layers of.
You have to buy the cassette for that.
That's going to cost you.
It's special edition only, I suppose.
Can I?
Anyway, so on our amazing schedule that we've written up, which you're not seeing because it's rather pathetic. We also have music news. So Charles wrote that. So what's the news in music?
No, I didn't. It wasn't necessarily music news. Just, did you want to talk about music?
I love music.
I have been.
I fucking love music.
I know stuff about music now because I've been listening to the radio at my job.
I see.
Because I don't.
Radio 8.
Radio 8, no, that's, oh gosh, that's another story. I'm listening to Radio 1, so I'm up on new tunes, and I like...
What's number one right now?
Is it that fucking Scream and Shout?
No, number one on Wednesday was...
No one now, literally this time.
I don't fucking know, they don't do it, they do it on... Number one on Wednesday was Thrift Shop.
What the fuck is that?
I'm gonna bust some tags, and we got $20 in my pocket. It's about a man.
It's saying that
It's Thrift
the
Shop
Wiggle
by what's his face?
What's his
Macklemore, and he goes to a charity shop and he's got $20 and he buys clothes that dead people have had, and he's really happy with it. And I think it's a song.
Music's gone downhill. It's the news
It's
in music this
fantastic.
week. So moving swiftly on, I believe we should get to the part of the show where we actually.
Should we do the thing that the show's all about, you
I'm
mean?
really sad now.
Well, now you can help other people feel better.
Yeah.
Oh right, okay. Well, that's I'm good at. Lay psychiatric diagnoses. That's totally my
Indeed.
thing.
Cool, well let's do it.
Yeah.
So, this is where you guys comment, and on the next episode we'll answer your questions. So because there wasn't a previous, we've just asked our friends.
So we've got two questions
so
from all of our friends.
Yeah. One from me and one from you.
Yeah. I don't know whether we should name the people who asked the questions. Yeah, bugger it.
Yeah, screw it. Well,
In future, we want
people will want to know.
Well, we'll give them the sort of.
We want to this is David from Aberdeen type thing in the future, like.
No, we don't want to differentiate people by where
Sexually
they're from.
frustrated in.
Yeah,
X,
we should do it by their sexual preference.
Their postcode.
Postcode. They're just their full
address.
Full address.
Full address.
Date of birth.
ASL. Yeah, we're good. So we're gonna just tell everyone who you are. So David Atkins asks how to stop cats from conspiring against him.
Ooh, that's.
I'll put that to you first of all.
Okay.
I don't think there's any such way.
Well, cats don't really conspire, do they?
You
They
just clearly never had cats as
They
pets.
do. That
Do
is
they?
what they spend most of their time doing.
See, because I imagined cats as like this, cute, furry, lovable creatures that you don't see any of most of the time because they just go out.
Ostensibly, they
Yeah,
are.
because they're plotting.
But
That's what you don't
the
see.
They're
idea.
not plotting.
Oh, yeah.
They're plotting. Very occasionally you'll catch one and they always sit like this because they're clearly pondering.
Mm.
Okay.
I don't think you can, apart from Midazolam. There's a chemical solution to every problem, and if you stop it from thinking, you'll stop it from plotting.
Is
this killing? Is it
that-
killing the cat?
Depends how you dose it, I suppose. It's
You just drop a bag of it on the cat's head.
Yeah.
Is that always read the label? You might kill your cat.
It's true.
Yeah.
I'm afraid our advice on this question is pretty much that it's physically impossible, barring massive brain damage. Don't abuse animals.
No, that's bad. Especially on the internet, you can't.
That's
something don't mistreat.
There will be a witch hunt if you
Yeah.
find out.
I do not
to be honest,
condone administering midazolam to cats for any purpose.
I look forward to labouring under our new feline overlord, so it'll be fine.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Alex asks, why are cows purple?
I'm not being funny or anything, but midazolam again, because she's clearly suffering the effects of hallucinogenic perceptual disorder. Cows are
That's
not.
not true.
Either
Either that or just
this is
rose tinted but shit roses glasses. I don't know.
Yeah.
This is ontology, isn't it? This is
True.
why is a table a table? This is why this is all these abstract.
No,
things.
this isn't why is a table a table. This is why is a table not a table? Because cows aren't purple, are they?
I think this stems from yesterday being Valentine's Day. I think it stems from the whole roses are red, violets are blue thing. Because
Cows are purple? I don't remember that line
no,
in the
but
poem.
violets
It's like,
aren't fucking blue. They're
I'm
purple.
so sexually hyped up I can't tell colours apart anymore.
Oh, perhaps she's colourblind. That is something we haven't. I know that's not
Very
how
few
colourblindness
women
works.
are
But
colourblind. Very few.
that is
Really?
that is
Is that-
racist
It's-
against women.
It's not. It's a medical fact. Colourblindness is much more common in men than in women. Yeah, yeah. You don't do that.
So, tip of the week is don't masturbate or you'll go colourblind.
Yeah, exactly.
I reckon.
You'll start seeing cows being purple. So what are we saying about Alex?
Well, we haven't specified Alex's gender, so
Alex and her.
we'll
hairy
leave that.
palms.
We'll leave that as an exercise to the reader.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay.
And lastly, from the questions I managed to gather up in 10 seconds before we
Another
listen.
one.
Michael asks, I've had dealings with Michael in the
Okay.
past giving him advice.
Okay.
He says, Dear Will, the venereal disease we discussed after my previous visit to yours hasn't disappeared. What can I do, and what further can I do, considering I've already given him some advice on this, to cure chalk eye?
Oh no, not chalk eye.
Yeah, the poor soul.
Okay.
And we should probably start with the definition of what chalk eye is for those viewers who
Well,
are
how do you
happy not
define
knowing.
chalk eye? My
Because
God.
it does come in a
This is
substantial number of forms.
This
Chalk
is not
eye is
something
a-
I've seen in the
Well, it was,
medical.
it was
You don't want
discovered
it.
medical
only,
literature.
only
Only a few years ago.
it was like last summer.
It's quite a recent, yeah. Well, I think Mike was one of the first cases. So, I mean, doctors around the world are still stunned by how it has even come about, let alone how to cure it. So to ask you this question does seem a bit unfair,
Yeah,
considering that people with years of medical history.
I mean, we will.
No, hit me. I'm basically a doctor.
So I think the specific strain of chalk eye that Mike has involves an inflammation of the opening at the tip of the penis.
Yeah.
The Japs eye.
The Japs eye.
Can you
I
say? Yeah,
believe
you can say that on the
that.
internet. You can definitely say.
You can say whatever
Yeah.
the fuck you like on the internet.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You shouldn't, but you
it's
can.
it's basically the size of his mouth now.
Think of what is it, a baby's fist, a baby holding an apple in a sock. It's
That was the yeah.
that's the euphemism that most often gets bantered around. The best way to remove the swelling really is to, well, the one that's usually bantered around is obviously amputation, but he's obviously trying to avoid that wherever possible.
How can you amputate a hole though?
Yeah. It's
So
like
very-
negative
That's yeah, it's like-
space.
It's a very delicate.
what he
procedure.
needs is polyfiller.
I'm not being funny or anything, but Midazolam. Because I reckon it's
If he doesn't know who he is,
yeah, this is psychosomatic. I think.
Like mine needs therapy.
Yeah.
that is a reference
Yeah.
that only the three of us here will never get.
There's some music news for you. Buy the Avalanches since I left you. That's the only music news you need.
I've run out of drink.
I've run out of drink.
I think
I've
this
still
is
got
a-
half of mine to go.
Oh, look.
Well, look, I have some.
There's a
do you
woman
want
in
a
the
bud?
house.
Okay, so yes,
This is. I was
So,
so drinkless.
Bobby has a question.
Yeah.
Young Bobby.
Alright, he says, I have these two friends. They're very close. Close to the point that they cook naked in an apron next to each other. Are they perfect together? And should I tell them to get married?
It's a tricky one, isn't it?
I don't understand the question quite, because what's out of the ordinary? With
Well,
his
the fact he
friends?
only has two male friends.
It's rather.
yes.
It's rather.
I think that's it.
This sounds to me like a case of potential prudishness. I do a lot of stuff naked. It's just easier.
Yeah. Saves time.
He could try Midazolam.
And it's not like they're completely naked, they're wearing an apron.
Yeah, he could try Midazolam, then he wouldn't worry. Then everyone would be fine. Then should he?
Simon, I hate to break it to you. You appear to be turning into a one-trick pony.
Well, yes. Imagine if I was like.
I would not have said an hour ago that Simon's catchphrase would be, I try Midazolam.
Well,
Although to be fair, I could have seen that coming.
Well, it seems like Bobby actually is the one in this situation who perhaps needs the help rather than.
I don't know. Does it seem like is there a sexual element to the fact that they're cooking virtually naked, or is it?
Well, it depends whether you think that that's.
Is
a
it
sexual
simply
thing.
boys being boys? Because there are a lot of things I do. Yeah, I mean, it's Western culture. You can sexualise anything in a really loose
and you should.
way.
Yeah, there's anything wrong
Really?
with that. I think maybe Bobby's secretly a bit worried, like a bit jealous. I think he might be a bit jealous. The fact that these two friends of his have got this something that's really close.
I mean, all of his friends are doing this thing, and he's not in.
And he's
Well,
like,
yeah,
yeah, we're literally,
you know.
or both of them, all of his
Both
friends.
You know how it is. You know, sexuality is on a spectrum. It's like, you know, I prefer women, but 20 quid is 20 quid. So, you know, it's...
What's that got to do with that?
So, like, I feel we're on a different wavelength.
And then Simon just wanted to get that off his chest.
Yeah, I'm just gonna... Has anybody got any Midazolam?
That's just the end of that segment. That is the perfect end to that segment.
So, our final advice to
moving
you, Bobby, is that you should probably ask these friends if you can join in. I think that's probably
Yeah.
the optimum solution to your problem, and I hope that helps you.
You know, maybe bring, you know, some
An apron.
food, or, you know, some sausages or something.
Yeah, or just
Sausage is always a good.
walk in with a 12 o'clock boner and fuck him up the arse. That's what. Do you know what happened to me the other week? I was at Fahrenheit with my friends Iz and Chris, and we were sitting at the table. You know, we'd had a few beers, having a packet of crisps, and this, you know, he's peeled off his head. You know, he sort of comes up to us, and he's doing that thing, you know, where he introduces you, you know, and he made sort of a racial quip about his. He's like, no, where are you actually from? You're not from Birmingham, you're brown, you know, it's like, you know, and things like that. And then, you know, he sort of, you know, he asked what the toilet was and wandered off. And like 20 minutes later, he came back, took an empty pint glass off our table, winked at us, and just got his tackle out and weed in it.
What?
I don't know why. It's like he thought that was the best way to impress us, and you know. But I've never seen.
Did it work?
It got him ejected from Fahrenheit and also arrested. But
So yes,
yeah, I guess it impressed.
as long as that was his ultimate aim.
But, you know, like,
It must be.
I'm sure there's some kind of moral to that story. But
Don't piss in a
don't
pint
win a
glass.
glass in Fahrenheit because you'll spend the night in a police cell and it'll suck.